All right, this is Just Talking, and our guest joining us for the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, is Papa Joe Aviance, a successful clothing designer, musician, author, health and wellness expert, and CEO of Papa Joe Networks. What don't you do, Papa Joe? How's it going, fam?
Good. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Thank you
Oh,
so much for
I'm
having me on today.
amazing. I know you're in SoCal as well, and it's got to be a blessing in disguise to start seeing some kind of sunlight hit the rays on
Woo!
all of our facial skins and etc.
I'm gonna try and get myself a tan. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and do today.
I'm gonna need a tan too. I feel like the
Hi,
light's kind of
Marissa.
cheating me a bit.
Hi, Papa Joe.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. And I just want to say to start off real quickly, I came across your story years ago as I was doing midnight YouTubing how to lose weight. And when I found out that you're gonna come on the show, I got so excited because you were one of
Oh,
my like mental guru ones to look on like how to be healthy. So thank
That's so
you.
true, and we're gonna be
thank you.
tackling that. But I got something I want to jump on into right away, Papa Joe. And
Let's go
you
for it.
have a future project in development called Electric Negro, an animated superhero series taking on Marvel and the DC universe with AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys to Denzel Whitaker from Black Panther and many more celebrities who have already signed on as voice actors for the main characters. And with all the drama that's surrounding this week with Dr. Seuss, am I even allowed to say Electric Negro?
You sure can.
There we go. Look at that. Are those
You
stickers that
sure
I'm
can.
seeing right there?
There's stickers. Yes, they are right
I want
there.
a sticker.
You
That's so
can. I got them
cool.
coming for your way.
Let's go, baby.
Yay!
I find that
See,
so cool because
it's all inclusive.
I love it, baby, because this is the thing when I was obviously reading the title of Electric Negro. I'm sure there's
hmm
probably a couple listeners on the other end of the YouTube channel, like kind of turning their head, like, wait,
What?
what? Like everybody's a
What?
little hypersensitive right now, right? But it's too often Marvel and the DC universe are trying hard to correct their wrongs by introducing
Correct.
black characters in the
Yeah.
role of white characters, such as Miles Morales as Spider-Man
Yeah.
and the CW's Batwoman. So, what I love about Electric Negro is that the series celebrates Black pride, acknowledging who he is. But
Yes.
doesn't it frustrate you knowing that some people, even in the Black community, might have a problem with your superhero?
To be honest with you, yeah, they've already labeled it, Static Shock. They've already compared it to others, but that's fine. I've already said that Electric Negro, really, to be as honest, is about reconstructing the narrative about the stigma against the word and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And we need more black superheroes anyway. So while everybody, Marvel, DC, and CW, and all those guys want to be serious and take on those roles of the black superhero, you know what? I'm gonna poke fun at it and have fun at it and be like Electric Negro.
Yeah, I mean,
You
but
know
when
what
you
I
were
mean?
going
It's like,
around pitching your animated series, were you having a hard time with certain major studios going like, "Hey, no,
no,
not at all." Actually,
honestly,
wow.
to be honest with you, and this is an inside. I've got a few networks on the line right now that I'm pitching in the next 2 weeks.
Hey, let's go. And I know we
So,
actually
Yeah,
have an image of it, right, Marissa?
we do.
Let's
Yeah.
show the listening audience and the
Here it
viewers
is.
you're gonna be getting this treat.
dun
How
dun
cool is that?
dun.
See, I would not want to fuck with that guy right in the middle. Is that the Electric Negro right there? I mean, that's
Yes,
no
it is.
joke.
Yep, yep. Well, actually, what the problem is, one of the things that I'm actually, I had the opportunity to pitch it to a major network. We are retooling it just a little bit. So some of the characters are going to change a little bit, but pretty much the premise and everything, as far as being all inclusive and let's have fun with it, is going to be right there in your face.
Okay, you see that? Do you see that character, that little white girl on the end in the
Yep.
blue dress?
Uh-huh.
That's me. I'm
Okay.
also an actor, so feel free to let me read for it. I'm
Okay.
there for you.
See, I've always wanted to voice a villain. Like,
You know what?
if
Okay,
Marissa's gonna
Chris,
make a pitch, then
Chris,
I want to
you
make a
see,
pitch
you're
together.
that blonde guy with the glasses. You're the blonde guy with the glasses.
Oh, you know what? That
That's
does look
you.
like me. I think that is me.
You know what? You know what, you guys, please, you know what, you guys are actually jumping ahead because I'm actually on the hunt now for two characters right now, and one being one being the white girl in that corner. She's actually the teacher. She's actually an
Ooh.
undercover spy.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
MarissaPitts.com.
See, we have,
And feel free to talk to my producer, Paul
well,
Graham, and get me in.
what you don't know and what you don't see is that the on the right side of the screen is the villains, and on the left side are the the superhero team kind of thing.
Oh, gotcha. So set up the
So,
premise for us, because what is the viewing audience going to expect when they check out your animated series, Electric Negro?
well, it's about a African American, super obsessed, social media obsessed teenager that gets the powers of the Electric Negro, not really succumbing to his peers and stuff with the word Electric Negro, but hey, has to fight crime and going from selfie to selfless.
I love that you really capture that essence. That is so cool.
Going from so basically, I mean, it basically, to be honest with you, unapologetic, thought-provoking, controversial, and hilarious. It's something that I'm trying to do. Sorry,
I
that's
love
something
it.
that
It's
I'm.
gonna get picked up and it's gonna go huge. I'm
Yeah,
already putting it out there right now for you.
But
But
I'm
to be honest-
assuming when you go to check out the series, you're gonna give a clue or an idea of how the superhero came to get his name, correct?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Love that.
We're gonna dive into all that. Think Boondocks meet Deadpool.
Oh my God, I
Ooh.
love those.
Oh, okay. This kind of sounds like a Cartoon Network, maybe an
Okay,
Adult
I'm in
Swim
love.
kind of a
I'm in
series.
This is so awesome.
Yeah, you got to keep it on the hush hush. I love it. But since we
Check,
are,
but no, if you check out the Instagram, I did publicly say that I did receive. I have the opportunity to pitch them, and that's one of the networks that I'm pitching.
ooh, hey, well, congrats. I think that is such
Thank
a
you.
big move. And I think,
Yeah.
Cartoon Network, if you're listening right now, you got the right show. I think this is
There it
something
is.
that's going to elevate to the next level. But since we're
Yes.
already on the animation talk, I wanted to bring this up with you because last June, The Simpsons announced that white actors would no longer be voicing black characters on the show. And now Harry Shearer has been replaced by veteran voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson in the role of Dr. Julius Hibbert. So The Simpsons' new policy followed Family Guy veteran Mike Henry announcement last year that he would no longer voice the black Cleveland Brown character. So Papa Joe, in animation, do you believe true vision on screen begins with voice actors?
Yes.
That's it. That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
No, well,
simple.
I mean, really, to be honest with you, you know what? How can I say this nicely? I know we are living in a PC world, and everything is polarized with what we're experiencing in culture in today's society. And but those characters have been played by white actors for so long that I mean, I never really took offense to it. And at one point, when I did find out about it, I'm like, okay, bravo to them.
Right. No,
You know
like,
what I'm saying? I mean, to me, I'm all inclusive, and if it works, it works. But obviously, it was brought to the forefront, and changes being made, which is a good thing too, because then it does give opportunities to, the characters that people are playing, representing.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Papa Joe, let me ask you this, and ladies, I have not forgotten about you. Should female voice actors not be allowed to play male cartoon characters such as Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron, and I know the 25th anniversary of Pokemon is this year, and Ash Ketchum is voiced by a female voice actor. Is that not acceptable anymore? I mean, I feel like I'm starting to stir the pot on inclusion that people aren't thinking about just yet.
I'm gonna take it one step further. Bart Simpson.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but real quickly, and we had this discussion. One of the reasons they do cast women to play young boys is because of our vocal frequencies. We're able to have that younger prepubescent sound. And
Really?
instead of, I talked to Chris, instead of casting a 8-year-old boy to play a series like Bart Simpson, that voice could only last for a couple years before puberty would change their vocal texture. And it's one reason why they use women to voice young men.
But don't you think though, after hearing what Marissa was saying, Papa Joe, that the evolution of your voice changing if you did get a young real human being to play a young character in a cartoon series, don't you think that actually show growth in the show, or do you think that
only if that character grows up? Bart Simpson is still
Bart
the same
Simpson
age.
never grows.
that's a true point.
He's never grown up.
Like Timmy Turner, it feels like Jimmy Neutron never.
Stop trying to take my jobs, okay?
Hey,
I also have in the works a little tiny boy voice. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing
But I'm just saying, like, I'll raise something else that I was thinking about, Papa Joe,
Marissa,
because
Marissa.
right. But like, I also anime icon Erica Harlacker has been on our show multiple times, and she's voiced male and Asian characters as a white woman. And
Mhm.
when you become more inclusive, doesn't it come across more racist to assume anime is only meant for Asian voiceover actors? I feel like that's when it becomes kind of a slippery slope. What do you think, Papa Joe?
I can agree with that. I'll agree with that statement. I mean, it's all a slippery slope, and I think it depends on the popularity of the show and who's doing what. To be honest, for right now, but until everything gets dissected, but that's
Yeah.
why. And you know what I mean. Every institution right now is being dissected, but in the world of animation, I mean, there's just so much creativity. And as far as the voices, I mean, I've had female actors come up and want to play the male characters as well. Um,
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with it as long as it sounds like, you know.
No, I think that's
You
a
know what I
great
mean?
point. I mean, I've always felt that too. I know. I can think about Regina King, for example. She just
Oh my God, she
has the
played both
film
voices from. She
Once
played
Time
both
in
voices.
Miami. Right. I mean, she was in One Time in Miami. She casted UK actors to play iconic US characters, and people still had flack thinking that just because you're from the United Kingdom, maybe you don't necessarily know the history of the US. Doesn't that sound kind of crazy? Because
It does sound correct, but she also played the voices of Riley and for the Boondocks as well.
Oh, that's
So she played
right, she
boys. Yeah,
did.
she
And I
played.
love the
She played.
Boondocks.
She played both of them. She played both voices. So, yeah. I mean, more power to her. Get the check.
no, I feel you, but like my thing is, it's like, how can millennials celebrate inclusion but get excited when Pedro Pascal being casted to play a video game character, Joel, who's white? And like the thing is, it becomes such a slippery slope because you're obviously
Yeah.
even seeing it with voice acting for video game characters. Because
Yeah.
some people might not know this, Papa Joe, but Christopher Judge replaced longtime Kratos voice actor Terrence C. Carson, and they're both black voiceover actors playing a Caucasian Greek demigod. So are they going to start going after him now for not fitting the fake mythology of a Greek god?
God, yeah, exactly. We need somebody from Greece. We need somebody.
Right. I mean, it's starting to become like Gal Gadot. She got
It
casted for
really is.
Cleopatra. I mean,
See, this is why we need Electric Negro. We need somebody that's going to poke fun at all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And not take everything so
Yes,
PC. That's one of the
satire.
things. Satire. That's why I love South
Mhm.
Park and and American Dad and stuff like that and Family Guy and those type of shows because it's just really be able to sit back and laugh at ourselves at times like this. It's just like, come on, people.
yeah, I mean, what it sounds like, what I'm hearing from you, Papa Joe, is you're basically advocating for hire the best person for the role. Am I
That's
correct?
it. That's it. That's it.
That's
That's it.
simple.
Look, now I will say that. Now I will say, depending on the situation, obviously, for a female character, I mean, I would definitely want to audition someone more like Marissa versus you.
Because it
What,
is
I
you. But
mean,
here's what I
I'm
will
gender
say.
neutral, baby. Come on
No, no,
now,
no, no, no.
you can
But
No,
put
but
me
we
in
have.
any
no, no.
shoe that
But
fits, right?
but but
We've
but both
had
but
other
both
film directors come on and they say, look, they look at first what's the truest person to fit the role.
thank you.
And then if that does not work, then they
Correct.
branch out and try to
Right.
find it. Same thing with you
Exactly.
had with musician Saya when she had for music, she did cast someone who was nonverbal, autistic, and they could not do the job. It was so stressful. And so
Wow.
she branched out and had a dancer, and so that was a part of she
But
did
then,
try to fit the role.
but doesn't it like raise that question though, Papa Joe, about how like if you're putting so much effort to bring inclusion behind the camera,
Yeah.
don't you think that you can make the film set, the environment better for everybody to participate in
Oh yeah.
entertainment?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing an ensemble cast,
Yeah.
and I think that's beneficial. But I think you're starting to see that more now with anything, even with the newer shows that are come on. Everybody has some type of stereotype of label or some type of gender, within their stories. And I think that's great because we need a lot of diversity right now in the world. So, You know, a little bit more love and kindness and laughter.
That's so true, and that's why I'm gonna be having that on my DVR real soon. The
What are you
Electric
talking about?
Negro.
You're gonna be having a voice on there, both of you, because actually, now that I'm hearing both of your voices, I got scripts right on the back end. I'm in my head, so trust me.
Hey, look
And
at my dreams
I'm
might
gonna
come
have
true.
you, Papa Joe.
2 years
I'm
on
calling you.
radio.
I'm not
2
playing.
years
I'm
on
not
radio,
playing.
and I
Honey, I'm
finally
calling
get
you.
that
Oh, we're
live
doing
on the
this.
air.
We're
Live on
doing
the air.
this.
I'm getting
not
casted
playing.
now.
I'm actually, you really are, to be honest with you, both of you, because I'm actually doing like within the pitching that I'm getting ready to do in the next development stage. I've got to do some sketch developments for them as well, so they want to see product and placement. So that's voices. So
That is
guess
so
who's coming?
cool.
And then plus on top of that, you guys are beating me to the punch because on Instagram I was going to be posting out a casting call for voices, but now I got 2 right up front.
Hey, rock and
I
roll,
love
man.
it. Oh
Well,
my
I'm honored, man. That is so cool. Live on the show, baby.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
not for nothing, but you guys are both very talented. I love your voice, and I have an
you.
ear as well for everything. Since music was the start of all this, how it all began. So,
Thanks, my friend. I appreciate it. But Papa Joe, I did want to ask you this. Where did the name Papa Joe come from?
I've had the name since I was 17 years old. It was given to me by an elder gentleman with a group of friends. He says, "You're like a provider. You're like a father figure. You're like a Papa Joe." And everyone went.
I like that.
And then literally eyeballs just went, "Oh my God, that's it!" And literally ever since it, and even my mom calls me Papa Joe. It's weird.
But I think it's
really
so cool.
weird, unless I'm in trouble.
Yeah, right. Unless you're in trouble, she's going, Joe.
Oh yeah. But she called me PJ. She calls me Papa Joe. She's like, "What's up, Papa Joe?" I'm like, "Mom."
Hey, you gotta love that, fam. But you know what? I was on Amazon, and I saw that you have a book that is a best-selling book on that platform, and you have the title is Balancing the Scales: How to Transform and Balance Your Mind, Body, and Business. And when I was skimming the review section under your book, there was an Amazon top. There we go. We got the shout out right there on Papa Joe's cam. Beautiful book. I mean, you look like a different man now compared to that cover, which is insane.
Here you go, Marissa. Here you go, Marissa. Here you go.
You know what's so funny?
That's the pictures I saw when I was on YouTube Googling. I was like, the transformation, amazing.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible, man. And I know everybody right
now. I brought
now.
one more thing for you. I brought one more thing for you too. Look. Here are the pants, but you can't. They're going to be bad.
I find that so crazy. Am I reading this correctly that your pant size used to be 56?
58.
58.
Wow.
Yeah, these are 58s.
That's 2 of me in there. I can fit in one leg and the other.
And you're in one leg and Papa Joe's on the other, and you guys can do a little race.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a corn bag race or a cornhole race. Oh my gosh, you're a walking cornhole race. That is insane. But I did see that there was an Amazon top 500 reviewer. His name's Cyrus Webb, and he gave your book a 5-star review, which I think is incredible. And he wrote, "Inspiring and impactful Papa Joe's story is sure to get you motivated. And I know it motivated me." And there's no doubt the pandemic has made our lives difficult to reach our own personal goals. And what is your advice for millennials to balance the scales?
First things first, and I know this is tough for millennials because the mind's racing a million miles a minute. But first things first, you got to want it. Just as bad as you want the new iPhone or whatever you want, your desire to be at the moment for millennials, and what you're trying to go after. Whatever that hot button is, whatever that hot thing is that you want, let it be your health. So you got to want it. And that's number one. And just figure out your why, or why you want to be healthy. And then start making small choices within your daily life to taking those steps to do so. I did by walking because that was the easiest exercise that I could do. And on top of that, I had no nutritional background as far as food. So I just went to a dollar store and figured out what I could eat and grabbed a food pyramid. And I said, okay, I can eat everything on here and everything else is out of the way. But I didn't have any. Go ahead.
But no, I was going to say before we jump into it, because I did read about that you created this kind of 99-cent store diet. We're going to jump on into that in a second. But when I was doing a deep dive on, go ahead.
But the best advice I can say is you got to want it. And I wanted it at the time because I was sick and tired of being heavy. Like I said, I got sick and tired of being this.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel you.
You
And
know.
what I was doing some deep dive on you, you correct me on how I think this kind of background started going before you set on the idea that, hey, I want to change my life around.
Mhm,
I want to lose weight. And when I was reading about you, you were in New York when 9/11 happened. And
mhm.
you were a block away coming off the train, seeing the second plane crash into the Twin Towers. Am I correct when I say that?
That is correct.
I've never spoken with someone who had an eyewitness account of the attack on American soil. And the crazy part is, it's insane to think that that's almost 20 years ago today, because it almost
Mhm.
feels like that was yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, very much
What
so.
what was it like? Could you kind of give a kind of a glimpse to the listening audience how
It
you
was
felt?
horrifying.
No,
No,
yeah, I
it was
feel you.
no really. To be honest, it was very traumatic. It was an experience that I'll never forget. But it was also a humbling experience because I learned about the city and I learned a lot about people at the same time. Aside from the horrific situation that happened that we were undertaking at the time, because when I, like I said, like you read, 9/11 happened. I was coming out of the World Trade Center, saw the second plane hit. Went to work. They said we have to evacuate. Walked
Yeah.
outside. I was watching people fall to their deaths as they were telling us that the buildings were coming down. But then they said we had to run to 14th Street, literally run 14 over
And you're
14 blocks.
450 pounds at the time, and
Correct.
they're asking you to
Correct.
run.
Correct.
Wow.
Because the buildings were getting ready, the towers were getting ready to come down.
Wow.
But we had to run. You know, they said we got about 20 minutes. Everybody run to 14th Street North. So 450 pounds trying to run. But I met two white women from Connecticut that were doing lunch, and then I met this this lady with five kids, badass kids. I call them
The baby
babies.
kids, the baby
I call them
kids.
baby kids. I call them baby kids. But she was this black lady with five badass baby kids. And so I had two white women from Connecticut doing lunch on one side of me. And then I had this black woman with five badass kids. And we all ran together. And by the time of
Wow.
the towers coming down and everything, literally I had two white women cursing at the black lady, get your time on, get your butt over here.
But
And
what I
literally
find
Wow.
but the beauty of that is for the next 2 years outside of that, they invited us up to the home and in Connecticut, and we
oh,
got to have dinner together.
That's
that is so
lovely.
cool that you
Yeah,
Oh
still
my
link up with
God.
people,
yeah,
because obviously that bonded a lot of people together in the
yeah.
most
I mean, like I said, it was a horrific experience,
Yeah.
9/11, and saw that. But the beauty of what came out of it, and the city itself, was
Yeah.
just kind of like
And listeners,
humbling.
if you can ever get to New York, see the monument. It's breathtaking. The
Oh
end
yeah,
swell that comes down. Even the
yeah.
firefight, the bar that the firefighters would,
yep.
are memorializing the police. It's pretty amazing out
But
there to check
but
it
the
out.
reason why I mention this, because after 9/11 happened, jobs were hard to come by and you
Yep.
left for Hollywood. And then once
Yep.
you landed, you worked at a video store, and then a producer approached you, and then you sang on a track called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. And I just have to ask, did you ever expect it to be on the Billboard charts? I mean, when I heard the track, I kind of giggled a bit, and I'm sure you still giggle to
Exactly.
this
I
day.
still giggle to this day, brother. Let me tell you, it is something that I mean, the track was called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, but I always say music saved my life because music was
Yeah.
something that I've always been passionate about at a young age. I played violin, played drums in high school. So I've always been passionate about that. But now it's, having some DJ say, oh, your track's going to be a label contact. You say, oh, you're going to be on Billboard. I'm like,
What? Right?
what?
But
What?
you saw yourself in that music video, and I guess that's what triggered a switch in your head to be like,
Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm throwing
Yep.
out everything. Then
Done.
you started walking the blocks in Hollywood, and then you
Yep.
started a 99-cent store diet. I know I got like
Correct.
a minute left, but I really wanted the listeners to
Yes.
know what a 99-cent store diet means, because when I hear 99-cent store, I think, is that even healthy to even
It
eat
is.
there?
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
Okay.
It is. They got fruits and vegetables there, and
Yep.
basically, anything that I was allowed to, anything I was able to stomach on a regular basis for every day, I was able to just grab that and go. I was able to spend $40 a week, totaling about $77 per meal. I mean, I'm living like a college boy. I'm living like a frat boy. Seriously, I'm living like a frat boy. So ramen noodles, but I mean, I kept all that stuff out.
So that's kind of the secret. If you're a heavyweight guy and you want to lose weight, You get on a frat boy diet, aka the 99-cent store diet, and that's how you can look as amazing. We're seeing a living electric Negro today.
I know.
That is Papa Joe Aviance. You're incredible, my friend, and thank you again
guys.
for joining the
Thank
Chris
you.
Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. Much success, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. I'll
All right.
be contacting you.
All right, rock and roll.
Okay.